Hi folks, welcome to Lawrence Can Draw. I'm Lawrence Mann, and this isn't my studio. Okay, we're in my wife's gaming corner, and right, okay, well we have got a drawing tablet here. It's not a big fancy curved gaming screen or anything like that, but it's a drawing tablet, so that means I can use it. What I want to do though is actually make the space a little more user-friendly for myself as a digital artist as well. Meaning that if I need to come down here, I can sit and draw and spend some time with the family outside of my studio. You know, I spend a lot of time upgrading my studio, working on my studio, but it'd be nice to be able to come down here as well. I used to spend a lot of time chilling out and working, you know, sitting here and drawing on my tablet on the sofa, but that's actually a really bad practice if you are a digital artist. You're getting some really bad habits working and drawing on the sofa if you're a freelancer anyway. You know, it's okay if you're an amateur, it's okay if you're just drawing for fun, but if you're a professional artist, drawing on the sofa, it's not so classy. You know, if you've got a studio, you don't need to do that. But for right now, let's have a look at upgrading this gaming corner to something that I can use, and I certainly think my wife will find more enjoyable, but that is actually more ergonomic. If you watch my channel at all, then you'll know a bit more about ergonomics. So, Ergotron have sent something over for me to look at, to share with you guys, so that this corner can be more enjoyable as both a workspace and something, you know, that can over time be, yeah, something both myself and my wife can enjoy. Right, so here goes. Let's just dive in, set this up, and yeah, get cracking. So Ergotron has sent over a couple of boxes, and when I say a couple of boxes, yeah, I do mean pretty big boxes. Both of them are quite substantial, but one of them in particular, wow, that is a box. So I'll just move this one out of the way for a moment. And we'll get started on opening up the WorkFit. Now this WorkFit is ultra slim. Ergotron themselves and other companies have done similar devices in the past, but none of them have come down to a level this refined before. And by that I mean I absolutely love how slim this gets. You know, obviously if you want to know full specs, you can go to the Ergotron website, link in the description, but for right now let's just get this unboxed and set up. This thing is so thin. Now, link in the... Let's take a look and see what we have inside. Wow, that is thick. That's a large piece of construction material. If you want building material for your house, comes included. At least you know your WorkFit is going to come well protected. A WorkFit quick start guide. Obviously the Ergotron WorkFit comes pre-assembled, so out of the box, place it on the desk, cut some cable ties, and then yeah, you're pretty much ready to rock. Quickly looking inside the packet reveals flexible hose. Wow, that actually is quite cool. Some cable ties, 1, 2, 3, 4, some tiny little 3M pads, also very cool, I'm sure they'll come in handy, and a couple of these little clamp pads there as well, also on 3M. There we go, so a couple of those. And in the other, told you this was guerrilla styled video, didn't I? All trying to get this done before my wife comes back. And in the other wallet, there we go, is the ever infamous Need Help leaflet that we've seen before if you're used to my Ergotron unboxings. Hello, do you need help? No, you got me. And the Ergotron instruction manual. pointing out things that I constantly do wrong. But hey, follow me. Like that. 2 people. Use 2 people. Me, I'm all alone. I could ask my wife for help. But yes, the instruction manual. Follow this. Or follow me. Up to you. The instruction manual is well illustrated. You really don't even have to read this. It's that well illustrated. I could have illustrated it too, you know. This looks like some pretty hard work, right? And the reason why is because I didn't spot this on the side of the box. Cut tape. What you do is you put the entire box on your work surface and cut the tape on each corner, then slide the box out. Now, my work surface is in a pretty weird little corner of the room, so it would be hard to do. If your work surface, your desk is in a nice open space, then it's fine, it's easy to do. But for me, it makes it a little hard. So, I'm just going to carry on as normal. I didn't spot the instructions on the outside of the box. I'll just leave it, I'll come back to this. That's one good thing about following along with a video like this, is that you find out about those pitfalls. It's at this stage that I realise you should really take this on as a 2-man job. So we know what we're doing. We've opened up the Ergotron WorkFit TX box and taken a quick look at what's inside. It looks all pretty straightforward. The next thing to do is to clear the workspace that we're going to be using. My wife's gaming corner. Everybody sacrifices something. I'm going to be taking a hit on that one later, aren't I? So, without further ado, let's clear the space. That's from Disney. Ooh. The drawing tablet, if you're wondering, was the PNBoo tablet, which I have reviewed on my channel already. You can go and check that out. It's a perfectly good drawing tablet, and yeah, they are now called Veeq. Same company. But yeah, go and check out that. You can still get this drawing tablet. My wife kind of likes it. She thinks it's also a good gaming monitor, so she was blown away by this. And yeah, means I can still come down here and do a bit of drawing if I want to. Absolutely cracking. I am going to put this over here where it's nice and safe. Other than a quick dusting, that is the entire thing cleared. I say quick dusting's perfectly fine over there, don't look. All we need to do now is set up the Ergotron WorkFit TX and we're good to go. It looks like it's going to be a nice easy installation. So I think this is going to make my wife's gaming experience a lot better and certainly help out when I want to come down here and work as well. All round brilliant bonus for me and the entire family. Now for me, one of the really big reasons I want to do this is because I want to improve my own family life. I spend a lot of time upstairs in the studio, either doing professional illustration work or, you know, creating and shooting videos for the community, for you guys, for my work, for everything else. And yeah, I'd love to spend a bit more time down here with my family. So, taking my wife's gaming space, not destroying it, but turning it into something that we can both use while spending more time with my son, I think that's a great thing. I think everybody should look at bringing their work lives and family lives together. And that's one of the reasons, the main reason I actually like to work for myself and from home. I think in the future we're all going to stop working at other places if we can. If you do an office job, why do you need to work in an office? Everything you do in an office environment, most of that you can actually do from home. If you work on a computer, what's to stop your computer being in your house with your family? You know, think about that. I think that's absolutely great. So, right here, I know and I can attest to the fact that I can be just as productive, if not more productive, in my house, with my family. I can have all that for myself right here.
That's absolutely easy to set up, as you can see. But there is actually a second box that they sent, as I said. So let's go ahead and crack that open right now. Let's get something on top. So box number 2, let's crack this open and see what's actually inside. This is for holding up the monitors that are going to go on top of the WorkFit TX. Interesting. Scissors. Right. These are actually from the kitchen, they're not my studio pair, so I'm not really good with these. And I'm not cool enough to have like a big like YouTuber knife or anything. Maybe that's what you should get when you get like 10,000 subscribers or 50,000 subscribers. You know, when you hit 100,000 you get that little plaque. When you hit 10,000 or 50,000 you should get a little YouTuber knife. Yeah, comment below about that. Cardboard. Need help? WorkFit dual monitor kit. That's what we have in the box. Yes. Very cool. I will not subject. I will not subject you to the unwrapping of plastic bags. So I'll crack on with this and do a speed installation of this. It is very cool though. Crack on, old man, crack on. Yeah. This in itself is a form of exercise. I'm striking that off as one of my exercises for the day. So that's everything out of the box, and we have a need to help leaflet, the Ergotron manual for the WorkFit dual monitor kit, and this is also usable for the WorkFit T, the WorkFit TL, the TLE and the TX, which we have here, as well as the corner desk converters. I don't know which you have. If you're interested in any of the others, obviously check out Ergotron's website, link in the description. And we also have, out of the box, we have the main stand itself, as well as the dual arm here, and 2 brackets, one for either monitor which connect to the arm, and a large bag of tools, screws, nuts, etc, etc. That's pretty typical for Ergotron products. We also have a little special baggie of a couple of screws there. I'm not sure exactly what they're for, but we're going to find out when we read the manual. And we also have an extra piece of piping, just like the one we got with the WorkFit TX that we just unboxed. So let's put this all together, read through the manual and get to it. It's actually really simple. Just this one. So we've gone for this slot right here at the front, but we could go for that slot right there a bit further back, allowing us more desk space and a little more breathing room for our equipment right there on top of the Ergotron WorkFit TX. We're just going to go with this for now and see how it works out. The good thing is we can come back and adjust this later. You remember me saying this was going to be guerrilla style, right? Yeah. Next step is simply to mount the double monitor arm like thus, making sure that this little V right here, this little notch, is pointing downwards. There we go. We'll need our Allen key again. Next up, it's time to decide, do you want these monitor points to rotate? Yeah. It's pretty weird, but normally you'd expect me to say, course rotate, of course. How could they not? Remember that your monitors here are always going to be upright, which isn't really brilliant for drawing on. So really this setup, it's not for drawing on. And I know I'm putting drawing tablets on here, but even so, really I'm not thinking of this as drawing. Why am I putting drawing tablets on here? Well, strictly just because I don't own any monitors. I know, weird, right? But do I want them to rotate? I don't mind if they rotate. So, given the fact that this is actually quite a solid mechanism, I'm gonna leave the rotate on. But there is a screw point right there, so you can lock it off if you want. I'm going to leave it on and just see how it works. Good thing is you can always come back and just pop that screw in whenever you want. The next step for me here is to take the two monitors of my choice. I have chosen this one here and a Huion one, which I'll show you in a moment. Both very, very similar in size and monitor display type. And I'm going to take them both and attach them to the monitor brackets here. Right now, this one has its own stand, as you saw when it was sat on the cabinet over there. So I've got to take the stand off and attach the monitor bracket. For our second monitor, I want to look at this. I've already done a review of this. It's a good monitor and a good drawing tablet. And I want to crack this open. Reason being, it's very, very, very similar to that Pienbu one over there. Now this is better in terms of being a drawing tablet, but in terms of look and feel, this is practically identical. One thing you'll notice is that this does have hotkeys, but you stand these next to each other, they feel very similar. So I figured these two bad boys next to each other would be very cool. So just like before, I have to take this off of the stand. Always do opposite corners to each other and never tighten anything fully until they're all in. Sometimes you have to go back and loosen some off before you can, tighten some. So we're actually getting there. I've attached both of the monitors to the back plates. All I have to do now is slide these on and screw them tight. Should be simple, but I'm going around the back, which is pretty much where the camera can't go. So I'm just going to say, you look at the picture and I'll play you some music. How about that? Luckily enough, yep, you see me digging around for screws and that, but the great thing about Ergotron is that the bags are all professionally labelled, so it's easy to find everything. It may look like one big bag, but everything is cut up into sections. let me know what you think. I'm pretty blown away by it. I think it's going to make an excellent addition to my wife's gaming corner, or my, you know, CIA headquarters creative corner there. It's a dual usage now, and I think my wife's certainly going to have a bit more usage of it. Of course, I need to put the PlayStation back over there, as well as her trinkets, to make it feel like her space again, not just like I've taken over. But I think once she sees PlayStation on dual monitors, that's really going to help it come to life. Now, those two monitors as drawing tablets, no, it's going to be a bit hard to draw on them, but I'll be able to use them both when I'm sitting over there with my Surface Book. I can plug one of those in, allow my wife to game on the other one, or I could use them both as dual monitors, or my wife can use them both as dual monitors. Really, it's a shared space, and that's what's great about it. Now, they could have just been standard monitors, but I don't need standard monitors. All my monitors are drawing tablets, so that's why I'm showing you those. I may hopefully do some normal monitor reviews soon because of, you know, that issue. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. For me, this is absolutely cracking. Got a couple of things to do. I need to adjust the strength in the up and down motion, and yeah, and maybe plug in all the cables and tidy those away. Now, in the box you did see there were some cable ties and some cable piping and everything like that. Now, I will say this, the cable tidying underneath there's actually some built in, and it's really spectacularly done. I don't want to kind of brush past that, but I'm not going to cover that in detail. Needless to say that Ergotron have thought about that, and it is all really well done. So, yeah, absolutely amazing. But the main aspect of this here is the fact that it works in any space. It works really well. I think as a creative you would get so much out of this. And I think it's... Ergotron have been doing this kind of stuff for a while, but this version is actually quite a step up. And one of the things that you may not have spotted that's different from their previous versions, and indeed versions that other people have cloned and other people make, is the fact that this one goes so low. It's low. It's the lowest profile version that anybody makes. Whew. Look at that. It's just 2 inches off of the top of that cabinet. So just 2 inches off of your desk. And if you measure that, that's like that. And when you think about how high that goes, from just 2 inches all the way up to that, that's pretty compact. Most of them, you're talking about 4 to 6 inches. So when most of them go 4 to 6 inches, it's quite a sizable chunk of something sitting on your desk. But when this goes down to only 2 inches, you kind of don't notice it's sat on your desk. And that's what really helps. So here, this, sitting there, that's black, the cabinet's brown, but they work beautifully together. That style of new sitting on the old, scuffed up cabinet kind of really works. And there's this kind of sophisticated CIA looking gaming corner now. I really like it. I feel worn out, beaten up by doing this, but you know, parts of that were you're supposed to do as a 2-man team, so it's been a lot of fun. I'm just going to tidy up and get this up and running, do all the cable stuff now.
So there you have it, a thing of pure beauty. 50% gamer, 50% digital artist. My wife and me will totally be happy together. Maybe divorce papers will be served when she sees this, I don't know. I think I am reserved to maybe getting rid of the keyboard shelf purely because we don't need it where we are. Neither of us are really big keyboard users, and there's certainly not going to be a mouse in sight. My wife's going to be
doing some hardcore gaming, and I'm going to be using more mobile style devices with this. What I do think this is going to be great for in terms of for me as a creative is I can come down here and do some video editing. I can clap on some headphones, sit in the living room and ignore everybody else. Okay, that's not too dissimilar to being in the studio, but for the main part I'll be with my family. Yeah, I know. But we'll be spending time together, we'll all be here, and when I'm not using this, she can use this double screen for gaming. And yeah, it just allows us to spend more time together. The normal use for this is, of course, office kind of, yeah, day-to-day typing. If you type in the Ergotron WorkFit TX, it's going to show you people at desks working in an office style environment, and that's very, very typical. I think a lot of people wouldn't naturally think about gamers or digital artists, but people like us, creatives working professionally at home or studios or different types of environments, are going to get a lot of use out of something like this. And this might be a really bizarre style of use, but I think showing you this kind of extreme might be a way of generating good extra ideas how you yourself can get a lot of use out of this. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Let me know if this is something you yourself can see a brilliant way of getting use out of it. And if you are an artist who draws on the sofa, maybe this is a way of getting you halfway to having your own desk. You know, at least you can stand up next to your sofa and work now. And that's the good thing. I know, rather than me being sat here lounging and working with my family, I can at least stand up and do that work while being in the room with my family. Although it took an incredibly long time, I am thoroughly happy with that. I think the Ergotron WorkFit TX is an amazing piece of kit for any workspace. No matter how bizarre that workspace is, if you're a bit kooky like me and you want to try doing something a bit more unique, then it's basically about whatever fits your personality, whatever fits your needs, and whatever you're going to do. Remember, the main thing is that you keep moving around, you keep yourself flexible, and you don't just sit in that seat. And for me, I'm always looking for ways to get up and move around. Right, have yourself a brilliant day, and most of all, stay creative. One other thing, make sure to hit that subscribe button and the notification button for more videos always coming soon. There are always more videos on ergonomics, as well as ways to stay, I want to say fit and healthy, but that's not true. I am not fit and healthy. But yeah, just ways to be more ergonomic whilst working as a creative, as an artist. I'm always on the lookout for, you know, ergonomic devices, for the best chair, just little things to make it less crippling to actually work as a creative. You know, I got greys, I'm not as young as I used to be, so make sure to subscribe.